everybody, so my name is Caroline, thanks for clicking on the video. I am a UK-based physics lecturer and in a couple of weeks' time class will be restarting. So this is going to be a very different experience to what many students were expecting. You know, typically you come to university and you meet some new friends, you head off to a lecture theatre and your lecturing experience is sitting in some large lecture theatre with an academic at the front like me giving you a lecture. And it's just not going to be the same this year. So I am recording most of my lecture content. So in my timetable, I think I explained in an earlier video, I'm giving online tutorials. I have one class in person at the moment each week, and the rest of my lecture content is going to be recorded. And I've been thinking about how do I make my lecture recordings fun, engaging, something that students actually want to sit and watch, because I guess most likely students are going to be sitting in their accommodation. So what's going to make them want to watch this at 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock? And how do I make it informative? Because typically a lecture at my university, it can last anywhere between 50 minutes and 2 hours. Now, that's a long time for a lecture, and when I'm teaching, and I know many other academics do the same, we tend to break our lecture into chunks. So I'll have maybe a section where I introduce a concept, then we'll do an activity, then I'll have a break where everyone can kind of stretch their legs, get a cup of tea, then we'll come back in again, then maybe I'll do a math derivation, then we'll do a worked problem together, another break, bit of a quiz, and then that's the end of the lecture. So I try not to have my lecture just being me talking to slides, because I don't think I'd want to listen to that if I was a student sitting in the audience. And I've been working, okay, how do I change my lecture now I'm going to be delivering it in a virtually pre-recorded online format? And I guess the first thing I did was I thought about, okay, what software do I want to use? And if I was the student watching the lecture, I think I'd want to see the person who's actually talking, who's actually giving it. So I'm going to use software that allows me to be recorded. So it'll just be like the webcam on my laptop, but at least it'll give a picture of the person giving the class. Because I deliver first year classes and I deliver master's course classes, I sometimes am lecturing people that just don't know me. You know, they don't know necessarily the university. I know some of them because I'll have met them as an admissions tutor, but for many of them, I guess it might be their first time of actually getting to meet me as a lecturer. And I think it's kind of nice to be able to at least see me. So yeah, I'm going to include a picture or the photo stream of me as I give the lecture. And I've also decided, alongside the video stream of me giving the talk, I'm going to use my visualizer. So I'll put a link here to my video earlier last week about visualizers, because then I can handwrite things in real time and the students will be able to see it in the recording. And I'm also going to use slides, and I'm going to use links out to other resources so that students can stop the recorded lecture, go and watch something else, and then come back into the recording of the lecture. And I hope by doing that, it'll mix it up enough so the content feels like it's changing, and it hopefully will make it more engaging and interesting to watch. Well, that's the plan. I guess my students will be the judge of whether they think it's engaging and interesting to watch. We will see. So I guess some considerations I've had. So I tend to use captured content in my lecture. It's the fancy way basically of saying I'll use recorded clips. So I'll either record something myself, like a demonstration, and I'll embed it into my lecture, or I'll use a recording maybe from YouTube to illustrate a point or something that I'm saying. And often I will use YouTube in my lectures to try to capture the students' imagination and enthusiasm for the lecture that day. So quite often when they walk into the lecture theatre, I might have the YouTube video playing to kind of get them thinking about what's coming up. I'll also use YouTube videos as kind of breakpoints during my lecture. So if I'm doing a hard math derivation, then maybe I'll stop and we'll watch something fun and connected on YouTube, but that's maybe a lighter way or a different way of thinking about the problem, just to kind of mix things up. And also just so they don't get my voice for the whole hour, 2 hour period. You know, I think it's nice to hear different voices during the lecture. But anyway, I've been thinking about how do I do this in a online pre-recorded virtual lecture. And one thing I can't do is I can't record that YouTube content. What I've done is I've made my slides, and at key points I've got slides saying go and watch this video, see what you think of it, and then come back and we're going to continue the conversation about topic X. So I'm hoping the students will like that. I'm hoping it'll be an easy thing to do and will help mix up their lecture content. I'm also going to kind of like put little markers throughout the material saying you can take a break here. Now, I know some of my colleagues have gone and recorded very small chunks of information, which I think is a great idea. They're like doing 20 minutes on a particular topic as one recording, 20 minutes on another topic as another recording. Across the module that I teach for the first year, we've got some, like we section it basically. There's like 13 or 14 sections. And so I've decided for the sections I teach, I'm going to put them up as a single recording, but with stop points throughout the lecture. So a student can see, okay, there's 2 recordings this week to watch for the class that Caroline teaches, and within that recording there might be 3 break points so they can have a break, stretch their legs, go for a wander around their campus accommodation block, whatever they're allowed to do, and then come back and watch the rest of the recording. So that's my plan. So this coming week I am going to start recording these lectures. I don't mind talking to a camera in my room. I'm talking to a camera right now and there's nobody in this room obviously with me, and I'm just chatting away to all of you. It will be a little bit strange recording a lecture. I'm going to try to do it without overthinking it. I think it's one of those things that you just need to get on, pretend it's a real lecture. If things go wrong or I have to correct myself for saying something, that's absolutely fine, because that would happen in a normal lecture. So it'll be interesting. I'll report back next week to let you know how I got on with recording my first set of online lectures. This Thursday, I thought I would sneak in and do my September favourites. So each month I try to pick out 5 items that have helped me in the workplace, helped me with my job as a uni lecturer. So I've got 5 things coming up on Thursday. And then on Monday, it is my end of the month, September lecturer Q&A. So I've had a couple of great questions come in already in the comments. I've been storing up some of these questions ready for that video. So if there's something you'd like to ask, something you've wondered about university life or being a lecturer, particularly with this situation this year being so different, you want to know something about how we're getting ready to teach class, feel free to drop it in the comments and I'll try to pick up some of them for the Q&A on Monday. But yeah, so this is my little university academic channel here on YouTube. If you're at university, thinking about going to university, a lecturer, just curious really about what life is like being a lecturer, do hit subscribe, do hit the like button. It's really nice to have an academic space here on YouTube. Send me your comments, send me your questions, and I'll try to include them on Monday. Meanwhile, I'm off, hopefully then to see my office on Friday. So yeah, it should be a busy few days ahead. If you've just moved into university, I hope it's going well. I hope you like your accommodation, stay safe, look out for all the university regulations and rules. They're all there to help keep us all safe throughout this period. If you're a lecturer giving your first lecture coming up, hope the prep is going well. I hope you're enjoying talking to your camera if you're giving it online at home. I'm really interested to know how many lecturers are going to be giving their recordings live. Well, how many lecturers are going to be recording their material and delivering it live to students, and how many of us are pre-recording our material. I might do a video about that in the future because I think it's quite interesting to see if you want to go live online. As I said, I've got a mix. So I'm pre-recording lectures, but I'm live with my tutorials. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, have a good few days. Do hit like, do hit subscribe. I'm back on Thursday, so I'll see you all then. Bye.